Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're gonna drop another issue of the series of the top 10 list, and today we're here for top 10 universal, in my opinion, for Marvel Future Fight, PvP, PvE, multiple tags like female, male, heroes, universal, whatever. Top 10 for all game modes and whatever. Let's go to the number 10. The number 10, in my opinion, is Hela for multiple reasons. And before we go and analyze more about her, I want to ask you guys a favor. Do a like, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel so you can have give me the support. So I'm gonna continue with these top 10 lists. Drop down below in the comments whatever top 10 list you can imagine and ask me to do it. The main reason that Hela is a really good universal, it's the meta is buff she got for PvP, and that's this basically increasing basic damage dealt to superhero and decrease the basic damage received from superheroes. So she's a really good support for characters like Thanos. For generally in your timeline battle, it's one solid character. She got really good PvE value. Also, you can clear high level stages of World Boss Legend with her. She got her own leadership, which is 60% energy attack. So even if you build her for PvP, you can utilize her for PvE also. And her uniform transformed her into a really good PvE but a PvP character also. She was used to be top in Alliance Conquest, in Alliance Tournament and Timeline Battle. Some weeks she is meta support or character, and with a good build like a Mighty Authority and her own artifact, she can perform really good for PvP as her own or a support, you know. She got value as a support and as a standalone character. Let's go to the rank 9, to the 9th character basically. And she is Proxima Midnight. She is a really cool leadership and a really cool support buff for I think only villains, but let me see it. Yes, here this is doing her leadership works in ignored dodge and critical damage for all allies, but the buff she's getting from her uniform, it's really cool, and that's the main reason she's top, because she's increasing the damage you're doing into the supervillains and into heroes. So it's basically offensive buff, as you can see, but this is a really good support and works as leadership also. She got some value for PvE, but and some value for Alliance Conquest, but in the same time she is a really solid support and leadership for World Boss Legend, because the ignore dodge she got helps a lot against Null, Gore and Ultron. And you can utilize here with characters like Mephisto, which is top meta for World Boss Legend clears. You can utilize here with a lot of villain allies. And here tag is really cool because he got also the agility tag. As you can see, he got this. Okay, this is agility tag, which is in Null, fast movement, and she is part of the Black Order also. And here tier 3 and her skills works with a proc, and she still, after 2 years she took the uniform, she still got value as a support character and as a leadership. So let's go to the 8th. She is the number 8 super giant. She's also from Black Order, and she is still, after 2 years, meta for ABX. Basically, that's pretty much where she is meta, where she shines. She used to be, after, you know, previously before Hulk and Iron Man tier 4 and level 80, she was like the second best supervillain after Mephisto. She was like super good for World Boss Legend clears, but now she still is top for ABX Universal Female Day. She's doing a really nice job there, and she's usable with the CTP of Judgment mostly, and you can utilize her leadership for PvP. She's good. This leadership is really good for PvP. Debuffs remove all debuffs, so you can utilize her as a leadership in an Alliance Conquest team for sure. and she's working really nice with the CTP of Judgment, and I've seen people proccing with her on her third skill, but mostly with Judgment or a Mighty Judgment. She signs into content like ABX. I used to use her for GBR also, but she takes too much time for my account, at least with the simple, Judgment. Perhaps with a Mighty Judgment or a better account, she could perform even better for GBR. So let's go to the number 7. Number 7, in my opinion, is Dr. Doom, and he can go both ways, PvE or PvP. He can perform. He was top meta for PvP when he came with his new uniform, but now he's dropping from Thanoses, from Hulks, from all this new stuff we are getting, level 80. So yeah, he's struggling against these characters. Adam Warlock seems to be better than him, but he is top 5 as a standalone character. He can revive himself, so that's really important for PvE and PvP. If you do a mistake, you have his second life, so you can revive again and attack. And in PvE with the guard brick immunity, with something like a Mighty Destruction or a Mighty Energy, he's working really nice. With the raids, he's good for squad battle. With Mighty Authority, he's good for PvP. So there's multiple ways to use him. I'm using him as a PvP character for Alliance Conquest and Alliance Tournament, and this week I'm using him as the main the leadership for my timeline battle week team I'm using. And he is really nice. He's like top 5 villains for PvE for sure, and for PvP, let's say top 10. He is out of your mind good, and if you have a mediocre account, his revive and all this stuff helps you a lot progress through multiple game modes. But he's not meta for something specific. He's an all-arounder. You can utilize here a lot, but you need to build him specific to do most of the content. Like if you give him CTP of Raids, you can do some World Boss Legend, you can do some squad battle, but you can't go PvP. If you build him PvP, you can't really go PvE. So he is good for everything, but you need to build him specific. So let's go to the 6. Into the number 6, I got Thanos. And Thanos, he is top meta for PvP. He's perhaps the best character for PvP at the moment in the game. You can't really build him PvE, he got only this way. So from the one side, he's the best for PvP as a universal villain, but from the other side, you don't have any choices. Either you build him for PvP, either you build him for PvP. There's no something you could utilize him like World Boss Legend, let's say, or something like that, There's no other game modes you could use him. You only build him for PvP, and he's so expensive. He is like the same, he costs the same like Dr. Doom, but you can't really pick what you want to do with him. So that's why I got him in 6th position, but he is the number 1 PvP character, and most of the game it's based on PvE. So there's not that much value to tell you what to do with him. The best ISO set is Protect the Captain, and if your account got like 50% HP on the cards or less, the best is Regeneration, Mighty Regeneration or Normal. And if you have more HP, CTP of Authority feels to be the best, Mighty Authority basically, with decrease on the damage taken. And the rest of the ISO, double HP Urus, double physical attack Urus, and the Odin's Blessing, the heal one with the double HP also. It's the best for him. And as you can see, mine, it's like with 129,000 HP. You want to have him beefed, And let's go to the number 5. The number 5, in my opinion, is Jane. And she is one of the new characters we have taken lately. Her uniform makes her insanely good, and the tier 3 also. She is an absolute beast for World Boss Legend, and only that specific. That's why she's not that high in the list like Thanos. Thanos, you can build him, he's the best, but he's only for PvP, which is only timeline battle, Alliance Conquest and Alliance Tournament, which is not that much time of the game. World Boss Legend, you could progress through way more time, you could spend a lot of time on it. and she is really usable in other game modes, but she shines only in World Boss Legend and in the stages that you have to use humans, females, like null stage 55 to 59. I found like she is the best on that, and she got really a lot of burst damage in the low stages. You can one shot a lot of World Boss Ultimate, you can one shot World Boss Legend, you know, you can do them really fast. For now, for Mephisto, she is really good. For Ultron, she is good but not that good. For Gore, I don't like her, but for now, she is really nice, one of the best character, and the best way to use her, in my opinion, is with Mighty Energy. You could use her with Judgment, but Energy feels to be the best, and the rest of the build, of course, depends on your account, but a Hawkeye, Power of Hungry Hulk, or something like that could, so, you know, could tell you about her. She's fifth in this list because she's doing insane damage in comparison with the others. You know, the previous was doing A damage. She's doing double A damage. The others before was like way less damage. Except Doctor Doom with crazy accumulation and a brilliant destruction. The rest, it's way behind than here. She's doing huge amount of damage, guys. So let's go to the rank 4, the fourth character. Let's return to ABX. My boy Loki is in the fourth place, even if he is really good for multiple game modes. You know, he used to be the best for dispatch before level 80s. He used to be the only 4-dimension rifts clearing before the level 80s. So he's falling behind a bit. He got himself into the top for ABX a lot of time, but now I feel like Moon Knight is better for the free day, but still, he is a 12 million character really easy. I'm doing it every single in the free day, and in the universal villain day I utilize him also, and it's like 11 millions easy peasy. He can do high level World Boss Legend also with a uniform and brilliant destruction. He signs in some World Boss Legend, but he top max like stage 60 or something like that. But still, he is top damage character, still meta for some ABX days. So why not? After 2 years or 1 year and a half, we're having this guy staying there and holding his position with huge amount of damage, guys. He totally worth the he costs only 800 CCF, so he's really good. In the third place, I'm going with Thina. Thina, it's really good character. You can utilize her with a Rage or a Mighty Destruction or a Mighty Energy. She's proc friendly. She can do multiple content for you. She's not top for ABX. Wanda is the first in this ABX day against her, but she used to be first for a long period of time. And the reason she's third, it's the cost. You need to spend like 7,000 crystals to have here to build multiple characters, spend a lot of materials, but at the end of the day, you got like the easiest and fastest GBR clear you could have in your account with the CDB of Raids. The same thing for World Boss Legend with a Mighty Destruction or a Raids. She can clear really fast dispatch missions. She is like really good for ABX also, squad battle. You can use her for multiple game modes, and she is the best for GBR from tier 3 wise, right? I mean, for a mediocre account with CDB of Raids and just Thina level 70 with the rest of the test, if you test all of your character, she's gonna be first for GBR, and she's really easy because she's healing fast, she's moving around, she's fast herself, you know, movement. So she's really good character, but she costs a lot. So let's go to the second one to see which has not the same cost. Perhaps she costs more for materials, you know. Athena costs only 800 CCF, she costs like 1200, but she got also cost, you know, because you need to build other characters like Quicksilver, Cable, I think, into all these World Boss Legend, World Boss Ultimate thing you need to do. but you can get here completely free. You can only spend materials, not crystals, and get here. And with the latest uniform, transform here into the best character for ABX Universal Female Day. She can burn, she can paralysis, she can silence. With the raids, she works insanely good. With the judgment, she's really good against World Boss Legend, but with the raids, she's good against GBR, she's good against ABX, she's good against World Boss Legend. She's struggling a bit in PvP, but you know, Thina and her and Zane basically has no value for PvP. I'm talking about PvE because the game we are playing got more of PvE, and I love ABX also, so yes. She's better for ABX against Thina, 100% yes. She's better for GBR? No, Thina is better for GBR. But she costs no crystals, and you don't really need to spend a lot of tier 3 materials, you only need to spend tier 2 materials and gold. A lot of them. And let's go to the number 1. Number 1 Universal this time of the year, it's Thor, and that's because he's the only one we can be level 80. The damage he got is insanely huge against the others. His power level is way bigger than Thina's and Wanda, except for GBR perhaps. I could say that Thor with Judgment, it's worse than Thina with the raids for GBR, 100%. But for the rest of the content, for Dispatch Mission, he considered the best in the game. For Dimension Rifts, again, the best in the game. Generally, whatever you can autoplay, farming, his lightings, destroying everything with a Judgment or with a Raids. For ABX, he is not that good because he's doing the same damage with Wanda, but Wanda you got utilize here for female also. So you would prefer building here for ABX, but if you want a solid character for World Boss Legend, he's destroying content in Gore, stage 14, I'm clearing it like in 1 minute and a half, and he's only level 80. I don't have give him the artifact yet, because I don't have it, and not tier 4 of course. If you consider him tier 4, he's absolute beast, he's the best character for Universal, 100%. And he's really cheap. All you need is like tier 3 him, play like 4 times World Boss Legend, not with him, just him in as a striker, and after spend like 2000 TCP or tier D and 1000 crystals for his uniform. And he is absolute master. He's top 5 DPS, all the, you know, from all classes, everything. He's a beast. And there is characters I didn't put in this list, and I could tell you like characters like Sentry. Sentry is really good, but he's not meta or something for anything, and he's really expensive as a native tier 3, because we got a universal native tier 3 also, so I have to mention him. He is kind of, you know, in the same power level with some of the characters I showed you, and he's all around. He can play a lot of game modes also, but he's outshined from all of these characters I have already mentioned. But Thor is the number 1, 100% guys. Let me know your opinion, your list down below in the comments. Tell me the next list you want me to put in, like agility, like universal villain or whatever, and I'm gonna make a top 10 for it, guys. Drop it down below in the comments. I hope I help you decide what to build next. See you in the next. Bye bye to everyone. Kisses.